Hey, what's up guys, it's Austin and we're back with another review slash unboxing. Today we're going to be talking about the SF30 Pro from 8bitdo. It's a wireless Bluetooth controller that is compatible with Switch, macOS, Android, Windows, Steam, and Raspberry Pi. So this thing looks like it's going to be pretty neat. Let's take a look at it. We'll start with the unboxing, let you know what we think. All right, so we're gonna kick this off with the unboxing. As you can see, pretty decently packaged box. On the outside, it's got a picture of the controller itself. On the back, gives you some basic information, what systems it'll run on, how much battery life it is, what kind of charging cord it takes. Also what's in the box, instruction manual, stuff like that. So overall, the box packaging's pretty nice. This thing's about 39 bucks. So it's about what you'd expect. It's not super premium, but it's not bad. So next thing we'll do is we'll take it out of the box. First thing you come to is some bubble packaging, the controller itself. We'll take it out, and we'll sit it to the side and we'll talk about it in just a second. Next, instruction manual, pretty standard. Tells you how to pair stuff, do the basics. It's in a bunch of different languages, so that's good. Next thing is a USB-C cable. That's nice. These are generally pretty expensive regardless of what quality it is. This one's not the nicest thing I've ever seen, but once again, at 39 bucks, you kind of get what you get. So just be happy you have it at all. All right, so we'll set that to the side. Now let's talk about the controller itself. So first impressions are, it's pretty light. The plastic is not super great. It's not terrible. It really kind of feels like a original SNES controller as far as the way the plastic feels. The buttons are nice and clicky, responsive. So that's definitely good. The thumbsticks snap back the way they're supposed to. The click's good. So all in all, I'd give this thing a B+ build quality. The biggest thing that I don't really like about it is it's really light. When I'm holding a controller, I don't want it to be super heavy. If you're playing long, long sessions, heavy can be kind of annoying. But at the same time, you kind of want to know it's there. But all in all, I'd say it's not bad. 39 bucks. Anytime you're looking at stuff like this, you really got to keep your price point in mind because you get what you pay for. So, all right, so I just want to give you guys a size comparison. We had the Pro controller sitting over here, so it just kind of popped in my mind. You can see it's definitely smaller than that. So it'd probably be good for kids or people with smaller hands. I know my daughter, when she plays the Switch, she kind of has issues with the Pro controller, getting her thumbs to where they need to be. So this would be nice for a kid, definitely. And another thing I kind of thought about this when I picked it up is it's kind of like this generation's Mad Catz controller. It's not like the best thing that you have, but you can definitely throw it to your kid or your sibling and they'd be happy to have it so they can play with you. So just wanted to throw that in there real quick, just quick size comparison to the Pro controller so you guys could see that. Now we're going to jump into some gameplay. All right, so we're gonna play this on the PC using Steam. We're in Steam Big Picture mode, which is pretty neat. A lot of people don't know that Steam has that, but it just works better with the controller than trying to use your mouse and then coming back. And it kind of creates the interface more like a console vibe. So as you can see, we've got options. We can go to the store, library, but you're not really concerned about that. We want to see how this thing plays. So let's see. We'll play Dirt 3. That'll be a pretty cool way to test the sticks, see how responsive they are, see how that does. So let's start Dirt 3 and see how it goes. All right, so Dirt 3's booted up. Let's see how this thing works. First test is, if we hit start, is it gonna start? Yep, so it seems like it's gonna work pretty good. All right, so full disclosure, I really like racing games. I'm big on the Forza Horizon series. Also like the Crew, like open world racing games. I haven't played Dirt very much. Chris just happens to have it on his computer. So if I'm really bad at this, give me a pass. And Dirt 3 is a little bit older title. I think we picked this thing up off of G2A for like $5 on a sale or something like that. But it looks really good on the PC. So far the controller is working just like you would think it would work if you were playing on a console, so that's pretty nice. And I really like using a controller for racing games. You really can't do that with mouse and keyboard. So one thing I'm noticing, and I'm not sure if it's the controller or if it's where I'm not used to the controller or just the way the controller functions itself, but the sticks are pretty tight. When I make little adjustments, it seems to move a lot on the screen. So I'm kind of having to tap a little bit. But they work pretty good. It's probably just a learning curve. Anytime you get a new peripheral, it takes you a while to kind of get used to how it works. But as you can see, this is working pretty well. I would definitely rather have something a little bit bigger if I was going to play this for long periods of time, but it's not bad at all. This is a neat little controller. Alright, so as you can see, works well with Steam. So next up we're going to do Launchbox. So we're going to play some emulation games, see how it works with that. And then from there we'll move to the Switch. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we're working on running something in Launchbox now. We're going to play Super Mario World. One thing that I noticed when we booted into Launchbox is for some reason when you try to scroll with the sticks, it just scrolls infinitely. I'm not sure if that's the way we have it configured, because we also have it configured for this big X arcade setup over here that Chris is going to do a video on in the next couple of weeks. So it may have something to do with that, it may not, so your mileage may vary. Let us know in the comments if you have one of these and run Launchbox, how it does for you. But once you get into the game, there's no issues. It's just in the menu system. So everything's working well so far. All right, so let's get this started, see how we fare. So everything seems to be working pretty good. Yeah, works good. You can even use the sticks to control it, which with a game like this, I honestly think the D-pad's a little bit better. As you can see, I got myself killed trying to use the sticks. But yeah, this runs great. This is definitely good to play with this. I mean, it was meant to be played on a Super Nintendo controller, and this is very, very similar, so. But yeah, I would say all in all, great experience. So we'll get out of this. We're gonna move to the Switch next. So far this thing is running really well. My only gripe so far, like I said, is just a little bit on the build quality side. It's not the best, but it's not terrible either. I don't want you to turn you guys off from it because I keep complaining about the build quality, but all in all, pretty good so far. So let's jump onto the Switch, see how that runs, and we'll come back for a recap. All right, so I'm just gonna show you guys how to pair this real quick. Basically what you do is you hold Y plus start. It'll come on and start blinking on the bottom, then you hold the connect button for 2 seconds. And as you can see, it connected. If for some reason it doesn't do that, you go into change grip order. So go ahead and click on that for me, Chris. Once you're in there, you do the same thing, but then you push L and R. So here we are, so we're done. B. So we are going to play Bayonetta 2. I haven't played this at all. It's just a new game that we picked up. So we'll just see how it runs with this, how the gameplay goes. If you're interested in seeing a review of Bayonetta, put it in the comments. Maybe that's something we could do. All right. So Chris has played a little bit. I'm just going to continue his save just to see how the controller functions and operates. So looks pretty good. We're in a loading screen, so this is practice mode. So I'm not familiar with the storyline of Bayonetta at all. So yeah, everything seems to work pretty well. As you can see, I am a total button masher when it comes to anything like this. But yeah, this looks pretty nice. I'm not familiar with the title at all. It seems kind of Devil May Cry-ish. that style of game, kind of hack and slash. But yeah, the controller's super responsive. Like I said before, the buttons feel really good on this. They're clicky, they have good rebound, just everything about it seems pretty nice. One thing that I can also say though is, kind of like with the PlayStation, I'm not super crazy about the way that they put the sticks right dead in the middle. I'm a big fan of how the Xbox sticks are offset, and like playing this game, I keep wanting to go back to the D-pad, even though you have a joystick, and a joystick is probably better for this type of game. But all in all, it's pretty good. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna stop for a sec, come back, and I'll give you my overall impressions of this 8bitdo gamepad. All right, so conclusion, final thoughts. All in all, good product, very good product, especially for the price point. 39 bucks is not very expensive. Like a standard controller, if you buy a new controller for your Xbox or you buy a Pro controller for the Switch, is over $60. So 39 bucks for something that works with the Switch natively and with the PC, so you're getting multifunction out of one device. Definitely say, if you've got 39 bucks laying around, pick it up. The only cons, and I'll hit those once again just so you guys know, the build quality is not the best. It's not bad, but it's not great either. The plastic feels kind of cheap, and it's light. It's really light. But with that being said, the buttons are nice, the joysticks are responsive, so all in all, it's a pretty good pickup. Once again, there's several different models of these. This is the SF30 Pro. That's the one we bought. There may be some more premium ones, there may be some cheaper ones. You guys check it out. 8bitdo is a pretty good little company. So that's pretty much it for this video. We've got some other cool stuff coming up. I think Chris is going to do a video on these tank sticks he got for Christmas for Launchbox. We also got a new camera, so in the comments let me know if you think this looks any different than any of our videos have in the past. If you're interested, we could do a review of the camera. It's pretty neat. Me and Chris both enjoy photography stuff, so if that's something you guys are interested in, put it in the comments below. Also, hit us up on Twitter and Facebook. Do we have an Instagram, Chris? Instagram too. And give us some ideas of what you'd like us to see us do. We've got a lot of stuff laying around we can talk about. So you guys just shoot us some ideas and maybe we'll do something that you guys want to see. So thanks, come back, subscribe, like, we'll be here.